aficionados, rock gurus, welcome back to the new MPJ New Rock Album Review Show. I'm your host Nige, and this is Dandy to Dom to Paul and to Chris. What's the show about? We review all the latest rock albums, rate them out of 5 for our listening pleasure, see if they get into our Hall of Fame. And today, episode 8 of the May show, which we're reviewing from April releases, is Terramaze and their album The Harmony Machine. The Harmony Machine. Let's find out what our panel thought before we give our ratings. Let's start with you, Chris, shall we? Have you heard of Terrormaze before, and what did you think?
So I haven't heard of Terrormaze before. This was a new one for me, but I was pleasantly surprised. So there's a lot of power and a lot of atmosphere to the music that they put out. The note that I've made while I was making notes for it was that it puts me in mind of a whole load of different genres and different bands, but none of them that would be a direct comparison. So they're either borrowing a lot from a lot of different things, or it's just working really well, and it just puts me in mind of different songs and different groups at different times. But it then meant that it just it felt familiar yet new and fresh all at the same time. So in that, it was a really good album. It's not perfect, I'll grant you. There's a few places where it's either a little bit slow or it takes a bit of time to get into the music to start, but most of the songs have really good mid-tempo. Some of them get quite catchy, but at the same time, really good. Just rock album. I was really happy with this one. It's got to be said, the title track at the end, quite a long song, but really well put together, and it really rounds out the album nicely, I thought.
Tell you something who always rounds out our podcast, and that's Paul. Paul, what do you think, Terramaze?
Before we go into Terramaze, in your introduction, you welcomed the rockers and everything, and I just wanted to welcome those that dance on treadmills as well, because we do have those albums on time to time. Anyway, to call the Australian outfit Terramaze a prog metal act, it's a miscarriage of justice of the band and the music they produce. Yes, there are prog rock elements to the latest album, The Harmony Machine, but their music is much more progressive and encompassing than they are probably given credit for. The Harmony Machine is a unique blend of so many elements of hard, progressive, modern, heavy, and yes, prog rock to make Terramaze stand out above the crowd. I don't know what I was expecting from this album, but this is the album I was expecting from Ghost this month. The album tracks are so good, they eclipse Ghost's offering, the lyrics, the soundscape, the superb guitar work from the acclaimed Dean Wells, and the impressive vocals of Nathan Peachy, which are coupled with great harmonies. For this reason alone, it deserves my golden ticket to whatever MPJ Hall of Fame they land in over some very great albums this month.
Oh, that's a rare treat. Talking about rare treats, Andy.
Yeah, I was actually quite pleasantly surprised by this, because when I first sort of saw the album and I saw the artwork, and I thought there's an awful lot of bands which are doing this kind of stuff as well, at least in conceptual terms through for it. But musician-wise, it's extremely good, strong album. It's good, varied on it. Melodies are very solid. Vocals are really good on it. It's very listenable too, without a doubt. Yes, it's great metal, bit of prog, bit of pop stuff, a little bit in there. And I think through that, there wasn't anything which leapt it out of just being very good to being exceptional, but it was still a very solid album, and I was quite pleasantly surprised because I wasn't expecting it to be what it was, without doubt. When I first saw it and I saw the artwork and all that kind of stuff, I thought, we'll go down a similar track, but it was very well done.
Yeah, talking of very good, but maybe not exceptional, Dom.
That's me. Yeah, I really like this album. I thought it's just a really nice, engaging album. It's just got enough complexity, that bit of prog rock in there that I think does draw you in and makes you appreciate the musicianship and the composition and how they draw the music together. I thought it was great. When I first put it on, I thought I was listening to kind of Fall Out Boy or My Chemical Romance even, actually. I could feel like elements in that sound, but it quickly developed into this much heavier kind of prog rock sound, and it just really works. And yeah, I had a great time listening to it. I had not heard of them, and I just thought, I want to hear more and understand a bit more about where these guys come from.
Yeah, Trish really liked the album. The album title is exactly what this album is, Harmony Machine. It's a great balance of harder rock at times with softer tracks, and she really liked the track Black Sound. For me, I really enjoy. I don't really like prog rock albums like Dream Theater and that sort of stuff, which just gets boring. But I do like elements of prog rock. And when I saw this with progressive metal, sometimes I go, but I had a little listen. I went, okay, and it almost didn't kind of make it, but it did into the kind of the list. And I'm so glad it did, because I do like dark melodic rock. That not dark, but that heavier melodic kind of rock vibe, like White Raven Down, Black Orchid Empire, these sorts of bands, and I would certainly put them in that sort of category as well. I thought this was outstanding album, absolutely outstanding. Tracks such as Bullet to Pharaoh, Design, Colours and Lust, Perfect World. It had elements of upbeat and uplifting, and then going back. It was just, for me, an almost perfect album for my personal listening taste as well. Really loved it. Thought it was absolutely outstanding. And without shadow of doubt, I've listened to 16 albums this month. My album of the month, by far. So it's very rare that me and Paul agree in that sense. Really, it's kind of a nice to be lined, which is a nice change. Is it enough? Is it enough? Will we give it enough to get into our Hall of Fame? Will it get into our Golden Hall? Will it get, for the second time this month, into the legendary status? Well, let's find out, shall we? Who did we start with? We started with Chris, didn't we? Did we start with Chris? Chris, what did you give it?
I gave this a 4.
Paul?
Only one thing I can say.
I mean, we have a rare treat from a 5 from Dom this month, a rare treat with a 5 from Paul. What the heck's going on here? Andy?
I also gave it a 4.
Trish gave it a 4.5. I give it a 5. Dom?
I went in with a 4 as well, which is really good.
Wow! Wowzers,
wowzers.
So,
we have to drop a 4 again.
No, we don't. It got 4.5. So a 4.5. Yeah, we're going to have to drop a 4. And you'll be pleased to know that whose 4 did I drop? I did mark it down. I think, Andy, you haven't had a drop score, so I dropped yours. Sorry, bud. Your 4 is wiped from the annals.
Travesty.
I know, right? So yeah, 4.5, which makes it our joint 4th favourite album of the year, and top 20 albums of all time. It gets into our Golden Hall. So it is in our top 50. It's in our Golden Hall in our Hall of Fame. It is dining with the greats of the albums that we've done. So congratulations. Absolutely terrific album. Loved it. Well done. Well done. You see, I should give these sorts of albums more of a taste. I love them. Anyway, thank you very much to all of my crew, to the missing Trish, to the ever-present Paul and Andy, and to Chris, and the infrequent, but hopefully now he's back, the more frequent, because we do love him. We do love him, to Domsky. And thank you very much for joining us. Do you agree with us about Terrormaze? Hit the like and subscribe button. Leave your comments below. We always reply. Thank you very much. And keep on rocking!